What's up, guys? Welcome back, and we are finally back boondocking again. We spent a couple weeks in Southern California, kind of just, relaxing, recuperating, going through the holidays, and we decided to get back out into the Arizona desert and do a little boondocking, what we like to do.
Yes, it feels really good to be back out of the park.
And so this is Quartzsite, Arizona. I'm sure you've heard about Quartzsite a little bit. It is a bit of an infamous or famous spot, depending on how you look at it. But a lot of people come down here in the winter time. There's abundant boondocking. It's very RV friendly. There's the giant RV tent show that happens every year in late January.
Yeah, so we parked in this exact spot a full week ago. This is day 7. Mm-hmm. Day 7 is our goal. So we're happy we made it this far.
Monday to Monday.
We could probably, if we wanted to, even sneak out an 8th day.
I think so. We're doing pretty good.
This is the best we've ever done. We just keep getting better and better. But we had decided today is going to be our errand day. And so we're going to go take care of all of the items that need to be refreshed.
Yeah, so we're going to go to the local grocery store in Quartzsite. We're going to go to the local laundromat in Quartzsite. We're going to go to the local dump propane and water station, which is all one spot called the RV Pit Stop. And we're going to show you what Quartzsite is like.
Yes.
But first, let's take a look at what we have accumulated. Down here is kind of our trash pile. And so this is recycling. This is our garbage condensed along with our bathroom garbage. And then to really make it key, this is paper bowls, this is paper plates, and those are kind of condensed, and that's how we make that garbage so small. But we actually had friends that left here a few days ago, and we gave them a bag of recycling and a bag of garbage just like this. So pretty much double that you can expect for 2 people, 7 days.
And separating the bulk out of the trash bin is critical. So just getting the recycling all pulled aside, and then like Aaron said, we do separate the bowls and the plates to stack them. If we did not do that and we just threw everything together, I would probably take up 5 times as much space as it does by sorting.
And if you saw some of our other boondocking videos, we talked about the trasharoo, which is something that you hang on like your back spare tire. It's this big canvas bag that can hold trash, has clips on it. Well, we don't have space for a trasharoo on our particular van. So one of our viewers actually commented and said, try a dry bag. And so this is a dry bag. It's not the rubber kind, but it's the soft kind of material, but it's waterproof and it's airtight.
Almost like a rain jacket material.
Yes, so it folds up, extremely small. So when we're not using it, it just goes, anywhere. But what we can do is, so if we didn't have friends giving us or getting rid of our trash for us, we would have double that. So what you can do is put it in here, and the way these work, you just fold them down a couple times like that, and then click it together, and it's airtight. So no smell, no leakage, and you have yourself a little bag. You can hang that outside if you want to. We just keep it up front on our WeatherTech kind of waterproof mats. And so far, we're digging it. $10, Amazon. Can't go wrong. Also, let's talk about water really quick. So if you look at these bags here, we've done videos on these before, but we have 3 of these 2-gallon water bags, plus the blue 6-gallon hard-sided water container. So that's 12 gallons of onboard water. And that's so perfect for us, for drinking water only. So our tank only is used for showering, washing dishes, washing hands, things like that. So our freshwater tank is just about empty. There's probably a couple gallons in there, which is good because we're still going to be doing errands and we can wash our hands and wash dishes if we needed to. And the black tank is going to have just a little bit of room in it so that we can use it all day today. And then we'll dump on the way back to our site after running all of our errands. So let's show the laundry and what we've accumulated in, this is about 2 weeks of laundry that we haven't done.
So back this way, we have all of our laundry ready to go. It's this is like our max load that we do. And this does have all of our bedding in it. So once you throw in your bedding, it really adds up to be a lot more. We do have our hamper. We put our dirty laundry up in this hamper. This is our dirty laundry hamper. And we can probably fit about 5 days, give or take, depending on the situation, where we are, how hot it is, how frequently we're changing. But once this gets full, I do go through it and I fold up the dirty clothes, because it does save so much space when you actually fold things, just like packing a suitcase. So I fold the dirty clothes, and then we'll start to fill up these bags. Once we have a bag, then we'll put that up behind the swivel chairs, up in the cabin where it's hidden while we're staying. And then once we get enough to do a laundry trip, we'll do that. We can do about 3 weeks in between laundry trips. And honestly, I have so many clothes in here. I have way too many clothes. I could go much longer. The thing that you usually run out of are socks and underwear, because you change those regularly versus other tops and bottoms you might be able to wear a few times before washing. So one reason I really, really love laundromats is because you can take, you know, however many loads that is, let's just call it 5 loads, put it in a mega wash, 23 minutes later, done. You don't have to sit around and wait for single loads. That takes your entire day. So I really do like using laundromats for that reason.
Up in this cabinet, before we leave, you can see our battery is at 7%. We have really stretched this out. The winter sun angle is really affecting us.
It is. So when we get back, we might play around with positioning our van so that we can catch better solar, because right now we're not really optimally set up.
So people have been asking how have our Battleborn batteries been doing, and they've been doing great. But this is the first that we have boondocked in the wintertime where the sun angle is extremely low. So our 300 watts of solar is putting out less than a third because we don't have tilted panels. And as you can see outside, the angle of the sun, or the shadow that it's creating, is shadowing our panels. So we have 2 panels in the back, 1 panel in the front. And so what we're going to do is switch our van so our 2 panels are facing the sun and the 1 panel's up front. Because right now I believe the rears are just getting shaded all day, and we're really just going off of 1 panel, which is not enough for our energy needs. So that's why it's good to have the backup generator. We're finding out that we're using that a little bit in the winter time to supplement, like we're talking about now. And also in the summertime when we need to run the AC, if we get stuck in the 90s or the hundreds like we did last year, it's good to have the generator to run the AC too. So let's get on the road and head into the town of Quartzsite.
Into Quartzsite!
So this is Plumosa Road, maybe, I don't know, what, 5 miles from Quartzsite? 7 miles from Quartzsite. And you can see how wide open this is. It's right off of Plumosa, which is paved, and then it's super flat and very easy to get to. So if you are, once again, considering trying boondocking, this area in Arizona is about as easy as you can get. There's every style of rig out here, from cars to fifth wheels, Class A's, B's, everything under the sun.
Including trucks disguised as skunks.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there is a vehicle out here that has a giant skunk on it, and it's fun.
Yeah, so you're gonna get all types of personalities out here as well. Here's Plumosa Road. You can see that this is a paved, I don't know if it's a highway or what, but
just a road.
Yeah, and so anywhere from right off the road to maybe, I don't know, a quarter mile back, there's just rigs everywhere out here.
Tons of spaces to choose from. And not only is there Plumosa Road, but there's other areas nearby as well.
So first stop is what? The Roadrunner grocery store?
Yes, the Roadrunner. It's a little market. It's the finest grocery that Quartzsite has to offer. and I am a little bit nervous about the selection just because it's not really a full-size grocery store. I did shop at the Roadrunner last year when we were here for the big tent show last year. However, I wasn't doing like a full grocery haul. I was just buying things specifically to make breakfast burritos for the team. And today, it's a full grocery haul. So it'll be interesting to see what they have. It might be great. It might be like I might need to just improvise and do the best I can with what they have. So we're going to find out.
We also forgot to mention there's a landfill that's free to dump your garbage like a mile from here, and it's only open on certain days, but since we kind of have small garbages, it's easy for us to use gas stations and or kind of public grocery stores, places that we are shopping at.
Yeah. Here we are at the Roadrunner, so wish me luck. I'm gonna go in and see if I can score some good stuff. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed. I'm gonna get what I need. As you can see, we did fairly well in there, and I am overall really happy with the produce department. I did get a lot of fresh produce. If you're super picky or like you only eat organic, then you're going to be disappointed, but I am super picky. I'll choose organic when I can, but if it's not there, it's not a problem for me. I don't sweat it. So I got a huge variety of produce that I'm thrilled about. I got a good amount of meat, so I got ground beef, sirloin, chicken, pork chop, good variety, and not bad. I had really low expectations, so I'm turning out really happy right now. Okay, waste, trimmings, always remove what you can. I do take the bell peppers off at the store if the peppers feel kind of soft. If they're super firm, super fresh, then I'll leave them in the dry outside of the fridge pantry, which I have two spots for. I have this big tower down here that I have cucumbers, tomatoes, jalapenos loaded in, and tortillas, not exactly produce, but dry storage. And then also on the top, I do onions, garlic, avocados, sweet potatoes, lemons, limes. When the avocados, as soon as they turn like just barely ripe, I pop them in the fridge. It makes them last a whole lot longer, but prior to being ripe, I'll store them in here. And then we do have another produce section in this big pantry. I have zucchinis, and that's usually where I'll store the bell peppers as well. And then I did take all of the plastic bulk packaging off. This is pretty standard for what I'll remove. And I put everything into these airtight containers with the dry paper towels. My vegetables last seriously a full week when stored properly and when in decent condition at time of purchase. So now we have our fridge loaded up, and we can easily get a full week of food in here. It's a 3.8, and it's a nice bump up from our old fridge, so we really enjoy the extra space, and it's just great. These little drawers I like because my Tupperwares fit perfectly in there. I can fit 2 in each drawer and utilize my Tupperwares, utilize the pull-out drawers, and that's it. So we're loaded up, we're good for a full week, and that's saving us some trash. laundromat, I always bring in a credit card in case they take credit cards, a 20 in case they have a coin machine, and I bring in my bag of quarters because the last thing I want to do is come back out here and get what I should have brought in the first time. So I bring all three. If they do have a quarter machine, I'm going to get quarters even though I don't really need them because you got to keep a healthy stash on board at all time. So I'm going to grab all my stuff, get it all loaded in, and then the nice thing about being in the van is I can pop out and go back in if I feel like it's safe to leave my clothes unattended for short periods of time. So let's get those in the washer. So line dryables we bring into the rear of our van and I clip it. I use these little hook clips which are super sweet. You can clip anything into them. And then on these, well, we use these little 3M command hooks in our ceiling line and then that just hooks on that. Certain clothes you don't need these hooks for, but like pants and things, it's really convenient. So these just go up along our wall side and just like a clothesline outside, but it's inside. And then these hooks are really great. So laundry day, it's kind of a disaster in here, but if we're in warm climate, it usually dries within, like 4 hours, so it's not too bad. If we're parked, we'll also hang some stuff up in the front cabin, but we're driving, so all the things have to go in the rear right now. It's a little more smushed than I normally do. Obviously, it needs air to dry out. So once we get parked tonight, I'll probably rearrange these clothes so that they dry more efficiently. So yeah, so the clothes are drying in here. I'm gonna go back in and get the actual items out of our dryer and fold those up. I really like taking advantage of the tables inside laundromats because there's a lot more space to fold clothes versus inside of the van. And that's usually the longest part is folding. So not too much longer on this part of our trip and then we will go to the RV pit stop.
All right, so the pit stop, you just pay all at once. And we did 11 gallons of propane, water, and dump. They give you 2 pieces of tape that you stick up in the front windshield. So $38.65, and a $1.35 credit card fee.
Oh yeah, and our friend Jared told us that they change the color of the tape daily.
The tape changes.
So you can't take advantage of their system. Which is smart because there's a lot of con artists out there in the world.
Absolutely. 1 piece for dump, 1 piece for water, and I don't know, pretty easy. It's $40. That was with propane, which was 11 gallons times 2, so like. Yeah,
what was the propane fee alone?
$2.30. So it was all on one fee. So that was probably like $25.
25 for propane. Talking about protein too much. 25 for propane, 15 for fill and dump, which that's also based on the size rig, the size tanks here.
Yeah, which she didn't ask me, but I'm assuming she saw our little van.
She just snooped on us.
I'm hoping so.
And that's something that we always say, like places should charge on a scale based on your size tanks because we always get robbed.
Yeah, so let's pull up to one of these water stations, get water, and then we'll head to the dump station.
Woo!
Okay, here's my time to shine now.
So we got our bladders filled. We got our 3 soft bladders and our one hard tank, whatever you call that, hard case water thing. So we're still under that 40-gallon maximum for the $2 fee, which is sweet. And the water here is already filtered, so no extra filters. We usually do attach our filter before we get our fill, but it's not allowed here, but it looks like it's legitimately filtered. It looks pretty good. So this place is just awesome. I'm just really happy with the one-stop pit stop.
Well, we made it back to our little camp and we got everything done except for the trash. After kind of being in town and seeing how busy it is and how many RVs are around, we decided we'll hit the dump station on the way back.
The landfill.
The landfill, but I think they're called the refuse station. But they're closed and they have really weird hours that they're only open a few days a week and for a few hours. So
I think they're closed on Sunday and Monday, but I'm not confident, but I think it's just those 2 days they're closed.
Yeah,
Not sure.
but not a big deal. We still have our little trash container thing that we'll be able to airtight seal that up so we won't have any smells, and it was only half a week's of trash that we had anyways. Plus we have some friends that we're camping with here, and
we might pawn our work onto them.
I noticed that when we're the little camper van and we're with other people in truck and trailers or Class A's or anybody with other vehicles that leave kind of more frequently than we do, they're always very kind and are like, hey, do you need anything? We're headed to the trash station. Do you want us to take yours?
Yeah.
And that's just so nice because getting rid of trash in this little tiny van that we have is nice to do.
Yes. Totally. So overall, good day. I think we left at like 10:30, roughly. And now it's 4 o'clock. So
Typical.
It takes all day. I mean, you stack all these things together because obviously we don't want to rip up our camp and leave for just one thing. So we plan it all on one day, but then it really does take the entire day.
Yeah.
So
what we learned in Quartzsite today was the RV pit stop is pretty slick. One-stop shop for water, dump, fill, propane, and they also had drinking water there for like extra for 25 cents a gallon. We got the trusty Berkey.
Yeah.
So I think if we would have saw that earlier, we would have just paid for the 12 gallons of drinking water because that would have been $3 and not a big deal. But I guess it's salt free, so
deep well water they call it.
yeah, it's kind of interesting here in Arizona. A lot of people like to get special drinking water and not drink the well water, and I think it's because it has salt in it. We'll have to kind of see if it tastes salty or not.
Yeah. And then another thing we learned is
Shopping.
So Roadrunner, in my opinion, is number one. I did go into the Coyote Market. I think that's what it's called, Coyote Market.
Yep, that's where you got the bubbly water.
Their runner-up.
Only bubbly water in Quartzsite.
Yeah, so Roadrunner had a significantly larger produce section than the Roadrunner. Than the Coyote, I mean. I didn't look at the meat at Coyote. I should have done that just for comparison. But based on their produce, I like the Roadrunner better. And then there is that Family Dollar, which I know a lot of people do like to shop at like Dollar General and things like that for canned goods. So that's an option for those that are into the canned good stuff. And also, we learned that the laundromat is most busy on Sunday and Monday. The owner or the manager, whoever it was that was working there, super nice. He was chit-chatting with me, and he filled me in. Sunday, Monday are the busiest days, and of course, today is Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It was banging when we went in there. It was super busy. People were showering. $9 showers. I didn't mention that, but they have $9 showers for 20 minutes. They have towels in there. It's like, I was kind of tempted to go use their fluffy towels. Just kidding.
Nice. So that's a typical day, errand day while boondocking, which we try to limit it to once a week, which we're really getting down. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We still had a little bit of water left over. Our black tank wasn't quite full. And so, after a full week of boondocking out here, that is, it's pretty good.
It was timed pretty good to, you want to catch it before it's a state of an emergency.
Yeah. Absolutely. You don't want to run out of anything the evening of and then be in trouble that night or the next morning. So
Yeah.
that's it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next video, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
We've been sliding since I don't remember.